Hey y'all remember about that story about that woman said that her children had passed away due to hypothermia? Well, baby, I just found this. I was being nosy on somebody else's channel and I seen it where it said this woman, her children did not pass away due to hypothermia. What you say? Her children did not pass away from hypothermia. Let me show y'all why. Mm-hmm.
Dubnak explains why the official cause of is still causing concern. Official cause of has been released as carbon monoxide toxicity. That means on the children's death certificate will be listed as an accident. However, the criminal investigation is still ongoing. Until Wednesday, the theory was the Curry siblings froze to death last month in the parking garage at the Hollywood Casino in Greektown. The Wayne County Medical Examiner releasing its cause, carbon monoxide toxicity. That's all they said on the 2-year-old Amila Curry and 9-year-old Darnell Curry.
Everyone wants answers because as a community, we've lost young lives.
Attorney Todd Perkins, who's also running for Detroit mayor, weighing in on the highly publicized tragedy. We've confirmed with Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy's office the criminal investigation into the children's is active and open.
Her office is going to want to come to a point where they feel very confident either saying yes or no.
The family was living out of a van during the time of their death in the care of their mother, 28-year-old Tateona Williams. Williams' other 2 children are not in her care, removed by Children's Protective Services. We're told CPS is working to permanently remove them. Sources close to the investigation tell us the 9-year-old boy was covered in lice and the toddler's teeth were rotted. Both did not have proper clothing. Williams did try to reach out to the city homeless services for help over the years.
Sounds to me that she was trying to keep her family together. That's one perspective. Another person's perspective could be she should have known better. She should have fought harder to get into a shelter and all those other things.
We did reach out to Detroit police to see if they had anything to add. We're told they're leaving it up to the prosecutor.
Of course it is.
Fox 2's Jessica Dubnak.
I'm not here to say what she could have, should have did. I don't know why God make people parents. I'm not here to question his decision. So get in the comments and let me know your opinion on this situation. House of Queen TV, baby.
Everybody was so mad at me for calling out that Detroit mom who kids passed away in her car. But why they just issue a warrant for her arrest?
So that Detroit mother whose 2 children froze to death because they were sleeping in a van that was parked in the garage of a hotel casino, right? I've been following that story. At first, you know, it came out and there's actually reports shown that she had actually been reaching out and trying to get assistance, but was constantly being turned away or was constantly being put on hold, right? And then she found herself sleeping in a van with her children. And it's not only those 2, I believe she has 4, but it was those 2 that passed away. Shortly after, a couple weeks after, the governor or whatever, the government actually gave her a house. They gave her a house, which I felt like was very little too late, considering why did she have to lose 2 children in order for you guys to give her the help that she had been asking for. She had been reaching out for help, right? So they did an autopsy on the children, and turns out that the initial suspicion that everybody had, which was the children having died from hypothermia, that's not the case. Turns out the kids actually died because of carbon monoxide poisoning. And now there's a warrant out for the arrest of the mother. And I don't even know really what to even think. Like, I have 2 thoughts. One, I just feel like every time the government gives you something, they're going to try to take that shit back, right? And maybe this is just me being, you know, a conspiracy theorist or whatnot. I just feel like whenever they give you something, they're gonna take that shit back. But then another part of me is like, did she do this on purpose? Like, you could never, unfortunately, especially in today's time, I feel like I need to believe the evil in you and you prove to me that you're good before I just automatically see the good in you. You can't do it anymore. You can't do it anymore. Now you have to just trust that that person is fucking evil and let them prove to you that they're good. So with that in mind, it's like, did you kill those kids? Did you purposely put them in harm's way? Like, what? But then again, me being me, especially knowing how the government is with black people, people of color, if they give you something, they gonna try to take that shit back. That's just how I feel. Even the lottery, like, you think that you really winning all of that money? No, they taking a whole chunk out of that shit and they taking it back. So I don't know, man. I'm gonna keep following the story, but something's not right. I don't know.
Detroit police have reportedly submitted a warrant request against mother after her 2 children passed away in a van parked inside a casino garage. This is nasty work, bro. When I first heard this story, it was sad, bro. I almost shed one because she lied to the media and said that her kids froze to death because she was living in a garage and she lost gas overnight and the kids froze to death. But that's not the case. Come to find out that they passed away from carbon monoxide intoxication. So she was sleeping in the car, right? But the freaking tailpipe probably had snow in it or something, and her 2 babies lost their lives, man. This is crazy, because a week after, she was on Facebook Live partying and shit. So I already thought it was a red flag. Come to find out, her story about the frozen shit was false. Now she's facing charges, man. I hope this fucking lady goes to jail, because her baby father said that she didn't even ask him for help. He got a whole crib. She didn't ask him for help or nothing, bro. So that's fucking negligence on her end, man. Nasty work.
Tateona Williams, the mother of 2 children found unalived in a Greektown parking structure last month, could be facing criminal charges depending on the prosecutor's office. The police have sent a warrant request for charges against Tateona Williams to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office. The request will now be reviewed, and a decision will be made by the prosecutors. And charges once it is completed. On February 10th, Williams and her family, who were experiencing homelessness, were inside their van in Detroit Greektown Casino. Inside were her 5 children. Williams first discovered one of her kids was not breathing that morning. The van had run out of gas and turned off sometime in the night, leading to lethal temperatures inside the vehicle, and the mom's tragic discovery as the family member transported the child to the hospital. Officials believe that they froze to death, but the medical examiners confirmed on Tuesday that the 2 children actually died from carbon monoxide. Yeah, what do you guys think? I I honestly think this was a tragic accident. I don't think the mother really tried to kill her kids, because I slept in a van before. Okay. I was homeless and I slept in a van and I had the heat on, all day. I mean, not all day, but during the night, and I ran out of gas, but I didn't see the carbon monoxide. I guess because I was outside and they were in a closed structure. But I don't think the mother should be charged with anything. I don't think so. I think she was trying her best. But some people say she was gambling inside the casino with her mother. Now, if she was doing that, I mean, I don't know. That's her business, I guess. But I wonder what they're going to charge her with, because this isn't neglect. She wasn't neglecting them. Well, kinda. She's in the casino, yeah. But we don't really know. That's all alleged, right? That she was in the casino playing. But I don't know. She hasn't been charged with anything. They're trying to file charges against her. But, we don't know. I'm gonna just keep
keep my neck on the keep my eye on the story and see where this goes, because this is a shocker to me that they want to arrest this woman for her 2 kids dying. And I get it. You know, a lot of parents are killing their kids on purpose. And I see why they're trying to get her on charges for these babies' murders or accidental unaliving. But who knows? But hell, what do I know? I'm just a talking head. Have a great day, YouTube.
So even though she was gifted a house, she still got charges pending against her. Okay. They saying that the prosecutors have the case, okay? And the police is leaving it up to them to charge her for whatever crimes she will be charged for in regards to those children's death. They're saying that it was actually carbon monoxide poisoning that unalived the children and not the freezing cold temperatures. So things might be changing for the worse for this Detroit mother. Like, what? Also said the youngest child, the little boy, his hair was covered in lice, okay? Allegedly. This is all alleged. Also said that the baby's teeth was rotten and broken. I want to cry just talking about this. They also said that the other children that are still alive, they are showing signs for, like, you know, not being fed properly. They said that the casino footages show her and her mom playing at slot machines. Okay, and I'm hoping to God that this is not true, because that's not a good look. And at this point, I'm just confused, because I'm like, why would they give her a house if this is the case? Say alleged, because I feel like at this point, they playing. Because 1 second, here's a house, the next second, charges is being held against her. We're going to sit back and wait and see. What do you think is really going on? Do you think she intentionally, not intentionally, but do you think she has something to do with the unaliving of her 2 kids? Leave it down in them comments. I would love to know.
Hey there guys, it's me again with another story. Remember, some better, some is certain, I don't put no brought up on it. Do you remember last month we spoke about the lady, 29-year-old Tateona Williams, up there in Detroit, whose 2 children were believed to have been frozen to death in her car as it was parked in the casino parking lot? Come to find out, it was not hypothermia that the children succumbed to, but instead it was carbon monoxide poisoning after the car was left running to provide warmth for the family. Word on the street has it that the mom and the grandmother had gone into the casino and left the children alone. That was one of my speculations earlier, because I had said there's absolutely no way a 9-year-old would be freezing to death and not be able to verbalize how he's feeling, and the adults there not taking measures to keep him warm. Well, I didn't want to make any insensitive comments, because I know it has to be hard for a mother to have lost not just 1 but 2 of her children to such dire circumstances. Well, about 2 weeks after the tragedy, the city gifted the mother a home, because the additional children that she had, they need a place to call home, a safe and warm place to call home. So how about now? The police has issued a warrant request for the arrest of the 29-year-old mother, Tateona Williams, because they said when the 9-year-old was found, he was covered in lice, and the 2-year-old had rotting teeth. I don't know if there's additional information. I have not found any yet, but I'm going to continue to follow this story. And when I get more information, I'll be sure to share it with you, because this whole situation is tragic. It is heartbreaking, and it is sad that those children lost their lives under such circumstances.
I have an update on a tragic story of those 2 young children that were found deceased in the car in a parking lot of a casino. A warrant has been requested and filed by the Detroit Police Department against 29-year-old Tateona Williams. Tateona Williams is the mother of the children. At the time of their death, Tateona, her mother, and her 5 children were deemed homeless and they were sleeping in a car. Now, the police department in Detroit has submitted that warrant, and it's going to be up to the prosecutors whether or not the charges will be filed. And back in February, 2-year-old Amelia Curry and 9-year-old Darnell Curry were found deceased. It was believed at that time that they had died of hypothermia, but the autopsy ruled that they had died from carbon monoxide poisoning. Now, do you guys think that Tateona should be held responsible for her kids' death? Because as parents, we are responsible for our children.
So y'all, I know y'all remember the video I did with the Detroit woman who kids froze to death in the car. Okay, so of course it was ruled as an accident, and they also gave her a house. They did find out that she was reaching out for help, so they did not charge her. So now there's a warrant out for her arrest. But what I'm trying to figure out is for what? Because if y'all ruled it as an accident and y'all already did the investigation, why is she getting arrested? What is the reason why she's getting arrested? It doesn't make sense. She should have been got arrested. So now that y'all done gave this woman a house and apologized to her about what happened to her kids, and now she got a warrant out for her arrest, it's crazy. It's crazy. But what is the reason why she got a warrant out for her arrest? I want to know. So I cannot wait until they release that information. Because for what? Child endangerment? Because the story still don't make sense to me. How did the kids die from carbon dioxide if the car wasn't working? If the car's not working, it's not on. So where would the carbon dioxide come from? I don't know. It just don't make sense. Like, it's questioned. So maybe they found out that it was negligence on her part. Because that's crazy. Y'all gave this woman a house and all this, and now all of a sudden it's a warrant out for her arrest. Now she going to jail after all that? Come on now, please be for real.
So a warrant request has been sent by the Detroit police to the prosecutor for Tateona Williams, which is the mother whose 2 children passed away in her vehicle that she was in a garage because she was homeless. Now, when they bust out and said that it was carbon monoxide instead of just the temperature outside, I was like, they finna put charges on her. They finna put charges. And so they have sent over the warrant. It is going to be up to the prosecutor on the case to determine what actual charges they will be going forward with. That has not yet taken place, but that warrant has been sent over to the prosecutor to make that decision. So it's on the prosecutor's desk to take a look at and kind of determine how they want to go forward, what they think they can prove in this situation. But as soon as they said that carbon monoxide, I was like, oh, that's not good. And my understanding is that the other kids are already out of her custody. So that is already pretty much taken care of. So I will keep an eye on this and kind of see what they decide to do with those charges going forward and see how this moves along. Because, of course, now we need to try and get justice for those 2 children, as, you know, they have lost their lives. And the city of Detroit does think it is the responsibility of the mother and that she is at fault. Now, if anybody additionally will be charged, that has not yet been determined. But it does seem like this is a case that they may be able to prove that, you know, other people were kind of negligent in, you know, kind of the situation that she was in and what caused her to be where she was that led to the passing of those children. So it is possible that, you know, additional people may be charged. Because baby, when they start, sometimes they just keep going. So we'll see what happens next with this case.